Move items.
By the way, I'm recording.
Oi, fantastic.
Yeah, just
Well, there's
like,
a creeper over there that wants to blow us up.
Ah.
I just wanted to show off my dancing moves first.
What the fuck's the
Oh
dancing?
crap. Wait, what
Oh,
is it?
fucking hell!
What buttons?
Oh! Oh, I need to lie down. Oh.
What is that?
Hello! Oh! Oh.
Do you have to be making those noises?
Oh,
Okay, welcome to Rise of Kings question and answer session of things. This is really going to be terrible, but yeah. James has got a book filled with questions from the community.
And Carol Vorderman.
What?
Oh, you can have that.
Oh my god,
dear.
we've been recording for like 10 seconds and Jimmy Carr's made an entry.
Oh god. Oh god. Right, okay.
It's gonna go horribly.
Question number 1. Introduce yourselves.
Okay, I'll let Neutonic start that one off.
Yeah, I'm Neutonic, one with who's just been referred to as Jimmy Carr, unfortunately. Oh yeah, or Neutonic, as most of you know me as. Because he breaks things. Lots of things.
I'm Mallander. I'm the I don't know, the newest admin.
And I'm imjoebaker, original founder, and wait, get away!
And that's Cosmo!
Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it. All three of us are a part of the admin team. You all know
where's
us.
the-
Are we forgetting someone, guys? Oh, what's his name? Oh, I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't think it starts with an X.
Oh, what is it? X.
Oh, you mean the one
DSA, that's the one!
Oh, you mean the one who's fighting in the Mexican Legion right now?
I maybe hear you ask, who is DSA? And that is a question that will never be answered.
But he's a very
Because he's
important
never
person.
here.
Oh, it's so bad. I really
Right.
feel like I need to stop dancing.
Never.
Right. Why stop, Joe?
Can
Wait.
you give us a little bit of history about, I assume, the server? What makes you unique? Is that as people or as a server? As people, what makes you unique as people? And what are your plans for advertising the server?
Okay.
I'll let you do that, Joe.
Alright, I'll take that. So, anyone who's familiar with us will know this, but Rise of Kings is a role-playing based server. We've been around as a community for about 2 years, and in the last half a year, we've released Rise of Kings, which is kind of our re-release. It's kind of a Game of Thrones-esque server, and yeah, I really should have planned what I was going to say beforehand, but
That's fine.
yeah.
So how are you planning on advertising the server?
Through many means. One of them would be a video such as this, trailers. We've got quite. I think I'm really happy with kind of the family that we're growing with many people. Getting lots of connections with plugin developers, texture pack makers, just kind of, yeah, loads of different means. I don't think we really. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a very intelligent question now. When was you when Lord Daramir dies?
When was you when Lord Daramir dies?
Yes.
He is dead. No.
Well, at that point, I was the announcer who got, well, stabbed in the face, actually.
Oh, that's nice.
And my
Really?
head. Who has my head? Is it? Aaron Green. He bought my head at an auction.
When Lord Daramir
That's
dies,
right,
is this
that's-
Fuller's character?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
John
there.
Daramir.
I was there with my fishing rod. I was like slapping people up.
You stabbed me in the neck.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah. Like your first kill.
Yeah, I was just in a tree.
What was your
Watching.
first like on Snow?
You are a bastard.
Oh.
Snow.
Jon
The
Snow.
bastard Jon
Oh.
Snow.
Right,
We've already
what are
started
your
the Game of
plans?
Thrones references.
Okay. What are your plans on thieving? Will pickpocketing be introduced in any way?
If you want to take this one.
Go.
Go for it.
Pickpocketing's already part of the server. It's kind of part of the thing as a whole, and you can be done with an ER application. I don't really know why we should have to almost encourage it. It's already there as RP. It can quite easily
And-
be done.
What is an ER application for those who are not aware?
It's extended roleplay, basically anything that is above your average run-of-the-mill Joe. Speaking of Joe, get off my pig.
Don't mind me.
Thing is, with an ER app, it's kind of, it's so that it's an extra application so that we can make sure that the people we're giving more server impactful roles. It's so that we can make sure that the people that are getting those are people that are going to like act them maturely. So if you're a thief, you're not going to steal everything from someone's chest. You put in an ER app to be a thief, and you can steal a small amount of items just to make it fair on the rest of the community.
And with ERs, they are really broad. You could typically apply for absolutely anything. So although thief is a common thing, there's nothing stopping you applying as a madman, a psychotic warmonger. You could apply to become a tadpole. Not saying it's going to go very far, but the possibilities are there with enough lore and support.
Or a,
For example, my my lich character.
or a blood-sucking vampire with her hands.
Passed away.
I can't believe he's dead.
Killed by that bastard king.
Will loot chest be back? And if not, are you planning to replace it somehow so dungeons are still rewarding?
Yes, loot chests will be back. However, I believe the plugin is outdated at the moment, and but it will be back in the future.
That'll be down to us.
I was a fan of the loot chests, mine of them being abused.
Well, they weren't really being abused.
We'll be able to
concepts.
find many replacements for it, Joe, and we'll make it so that they're not just randomly spawned in.
I think now
Because-
would be a good time to say that we have tons of plans for things for people to be doing when they're not straight actively role-playing. So yes, that is basically more dungeons, loot chests, places to explore, and actually a reward for doing that.
Will voting be fixed? And are you planning on increasing the rewards for it?
I'll take this one. I have already fixed voting, but for reasons that you might be able to guess by looking around where we are, I can't make it publicly live. Holy! What
Who
just
did that?
happened?
That was me and
Neutonic
Mallander
went a bit.
playing with TNT.
Oh
My god. But no, yes, voting is already fixed, it's just not like live fixed, if you know what I mean. All I have to do is flick a button once this update rolls out, and everything will go back to normal. I have tinkered around with all of the voting, so you should be getting a fair amount. Yeah, that's something that will come back very shortly.
Speaking of update, when is the goddamn update?
But I think that was like every
Whenever
3
it's
questions.
ready. I have answered this many a time.
What was that? What?
You blew up my bloody car.
I don't even know how that blew up. This time it wasn't me.
Boy, my icy beard, what's going on?
Oi, my great icy beard.
Next question is about the desert place.
Oh,
Desert place.
Ooh,
Is it to be a
easy.
new house, and is it done?
well, it's
It's not going to be a new house. The desert city is. It's going to be a PvP city.
Well, that's
It'll be
the
a place
plan.
where
A
people
very
can go
pretty
and-
one at that.
People can go and take their feuds out of character. And wait, is it out of character?
Yes, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
I think it's still a very debated subject. I wouldn't agree.
Yeah, we could do it. It could go either way from now on, really.
There's quite a few questions relating to the Professions plugin. Would you like to ramble on about that for a while?
Oh my god. What
God.
update do we do that doesn't involve professions?
Right, on this one, I'm gonna hide in the ground, and I'm gonna hide for this one.
Okay,
Am I going to take this one then? Neutonic?
Yeah.
you do it and I'll interject occasionally.
Right, well, with the... Oh, I don't know whether to talk about what we're doing in the new update.
I would kind of give a vague overview.
Okay, basically,
Yeah.
currently the system is using MCMMO, and as a lot of players know, with certain skills like woodcutting and herbalism, it's broken. So I have put very fixes out for that, but with the new update, we are going to be changing plugins to a plugin that we've been wanting to use for a long time, but it's been outdated. But recently they've re-updated the plugin, and myself and Neutonic are working on it at the moment.
Pain in the ass.
I'm going to tell you two things that we're putting in the new update that you kind of deserve to know because they are quite nice things. A lot of people have been saying that they're not enjoying, they don't see really the point in having a profession because currently the only thing you get is better drops or a more durable sword which still dies like really quickly. That's going to be nerfed, so your swords will last a lot longer. But what we're doing is we're adding more health and more damage to classes. So if you're a swordsman, you'll have more swords damage than someone else, and you'll have more health because swordsmen are generally quite tankish and can take a beating.
And
But if you're an archer, you'll do more damage with arrows, with like bows, but you won't have as much health. You'll have more health in default, but you won't have as much as a swordsman.
And something
So it kind of
that I
does
know,
balance things up.
if I may, something that I noticed that it was within our configuration, and it's something that I saw somebody else had asked, is would you be able to gain XP by simply observing? You know, like, are there any different ways of obtaining skills rather than physically grinding? And correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe that is something that will come, where you can stand near somebody doing a certain task and you'll gain XP towards that skill and improve on it based on that. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
that can be
think
done.
we're going to try and add that. Whether that will turn out to work or not is still very...
Why, with that, you would need the master that is training the other guys almost OCC permission, I would say, because it would be the one that would give you the XP. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're actually going to be giving them the command that they can grant XP, are we?
I'm pretty sure we will do, because that's...
Yeah, we will do. So
something that people
they'll
have been asking
give you a small amount of XP just for watching the other person train. So I'd say yes, that can be done.
I just want to say that it's... I know we're giving really vague answers here, but the profession side of this update will be amazing. We always say this, that it's going to be great, and it turns out there's a few bugs and kinks, but I think compared to all of our other previous announcements, that this would be a really, really fun profession system that will be pretty
I'll
self-sufficient.
tell you why.
Go ahead.
We got rid of MCMMO.
But MCMO was a good...
MCMO was definitely a temporary fix for what
Yeah.
we needed.
But we still like the concepts that MCMO brought, the idea of, you know, just going out and being able to do something when there's not physically much to do. And it does make logical sense. If you want to get better at something, you do the task.
Right, and one thing I know a lot of people have been saying, you can physically train all the way up in purely RP. You don't have to grind, especially with this new system where the master can grant you XP, and I'm being teleported around everywhere.
It's, you know, it's, you put in is what you put out. Why do you look like a man?
Am I not allowed to look a man? Do I need to put my nice girly voice?
Well,
Oh god, that's terrifying.
it is. You know what it reminds me? Little Red Riding Hood, where you have the wolf dressed up as the old lady, and it's just like, how the fuck are you not going to fall for that?
Oh, that's horrible.
Okay.
You ugly bastard.
I'm gonna skip some silly questions for the end.
We're getting a bit off track here. Anyway, do you like my new head?
Right, let's
Next
go for a
question,
serious
James. Next question.
Oh god, I'm reading. I can't find any serious ones. That was stupid.
Just
Will
stupid ones.
aging ever be
May
regulated?
death rain upon them. Who the hell did that?
Whoop!
Who just
Oh
did
my
that?
god.
Jesus.
I was trying to be serious, guys.
Sorry,
Which one
Karen,
of
sorry.
you just nuked? It wasn't me for once. Don't even think about it.
It was
It
Neutonic.
not me.
Will aging ever be regulated? Because the forum fights bug me.
Yes, it
Oh,
will.
they bug us as well.
We will enforce it 100%. When it was the camera there. We will enforce it 100%.
This is something
Or
that we'll either
we will-
enforce or we are going to set out very...
Oh no, it will be enforced with this iron sword and cart of TNT.
The question is, how is DSA still an admin? I mean, come on.
I ask Joe this daily, don't I?
Oh my god, that zoom in I just did.
DSA is a very nice person and I don't think anybody should treat him differently just because he's never here.
Ah, here's a good one. Next update, there are going to be horses. This is a big deal. What are your plans to introduce them into the server?
Noble steed. Like, I reckon like a bunch of lords need to come strolling in on like the eve of battle and just be like, oh, we've come here, like, aren't we so amazing? And something along those lines. I don't think there's so much you can do.
In the regards to, I've seen a lot of people asking about
breeding.
whether another profession will be introduced for horse breeders. At the moment, there isn't enough added in the new update to bring out an entirely new profession for it. It will most likely be added to farmer.
I think
However,
that
if
RP
in the
professions
future
are always promoted. It's like, you could become a tailor, you could become anything you want. This is roleplay, possibilities are endless, so... no, you won't be leveling up by specifically taming and breeding horses, but I'm sure it's something that RP will allow for.
Really.
And speaking of professions, what are your plans for the hunter profession? People have said you might get rid of it altogether.
Okay, well, when I originally created the hunter profession, my concept was that a hunter is somebody who is trained in taking the most from a kill. So if you know, your average Joe was to slay down a monster, well then, you know, there's a slight chance that its arm might drop off, or a bit of flesh, you know, that would happen. But if you're a hunter, it's actually a part of your profession to take from the kill. So the idea how that works is simply based on percentage chance rates, that you would have a higher percentage of getting particular goods, and as you level up, for instance, your swords or whatever your tool of destruction might be, you slightly get more and more drops. I think the way as a hunter solely works, other than as a tanner, it's their job to boost the economy with monster goods and like animal droppings. So an alchemist highly requires on bone meal, but only they can craft it. So that's terrible. The farmer needs bone meal for their wheat, so only the alchemist can craft the bone meal, but only the hunter should have a high chance of obtaining the bones. So it's that way of cycling the economy based off different professions, and we really want to focus on that with the new update. And we've already taken a few steps to do that, so yeah, just keep an eye on.
Okay. Will there ever be an impact gathering in real life? Whatever that is.
Mallander, did you want to answer this one, seeing as you were practicing it earlier?
Practicing it? Well,
You were going on about it.
With an impact gathering, I think...
For those who don't know, Impact is basically just Rise of Kings as a community. Before we released Rise of Kings as a community, we were just known as Impact, so yeah.
With an IRL gathering, the only people that I know of that actually live anywhere near each other are myself, Fuller, and Joe. And we live within about an hour of each other. Other than that, I think having an impact gathering would be quite a lot of money spent.
I object!
Americans to come to Britain or something like that.
I completely object. I think that in the future it's something that we should totally aim towards. I'm not saying it's going to be successful, but I think if we, for instance, Minecon, there's nothing saying that, okay, oh look, the next Minecon's here, let's all go there, and it's like killing two birds with one stone. So like, it'll be in a great event, everything's organised for us, it'll be fun, and we can just show our faces. So that's definitely on the horizon, and fair enough, not everyone would be able to make it, but I think the admins would do their part to try and, at least some, to show their faces, DSO.
Where actually is the next Minecon?
America, I think it's been leaked.
Oh.
So, yeah, I know, that'll be fun.
Nobody going to America.
It's a bit of a trip, but you know. But I think if, if it was in
one
Paris,
of us four is winning the lottery?
You know, if it was in Paris again, that would have been amazing.
Is there ever going to be a guide for people that want to play a new character after they finish their old one, or simply want to have a second character? Because the person who asked the question didn't know what they had to do, and the advice didn't really help. So maybe a guide of some sort? Is that possible?
Well, it's been a while since I've wrote up a guide, but I think just some clear guidelines would be helpful. Just a couple of rules that would explain like the do's and don'ts. Something really simple that someone can pick up and digest and use straight away would be very helpful. I think the only issue that really stands is people using professions and money from their other character. And I know a personal pet peeve of mine is when people message me saying, I'm playing on an old character, can you TP me back so I can play it? I think if you're wanting to play more than one character a part of, you should be aware of
buy a new account.
Yeah, buy a new account or something. Just, it's a lot of dedication, and it's not fair if it becomes a taxing issue for the GMs to be constantly TPing you. And it could be abused, so there's always that.
Here's a bitter one. Why is the feedback and improvement section never checked by anyone?
It is checked, Gromish. I know that's your comment, because it's a comment about Gromish.
I go through that topic daily. I just don't always respond. I
check it all the time.
I don't always respond. I like to let the community, you know, make their own responses, because if they make a thing and they expect an admin to read it instantly, then it doesn't really allow for community feedback and their own opinions.
One moment, just to prove that we did read through it, this is on about his, what's it called, reform. What's it called, event team reform. Yes, we have read it. Have we responded? No. But we have read it.
Event teams. Next question. What will the next major event be?
We know this. We do know this.
I was planning.
Something revolving around the shards. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
There is. I've heard from a lot of people that they wanted more lasting events, kind of like the Mind Rot thing.
Yeah.
And There's an event that I'm thinking of doing soon, which will probably be on up until the new update comes out. And then once that comes out, that'll be the end of something like that. So that I'll probably roll that out tomorrow.
I would like to say that we've listened to your feedback, and one of the main points that people keep bringing up is that they're wanting daily events, and that's something that we completely agree with, and we are taking the steps to make that thing happen. I think once we unveil the brand new update and everything kind of settles down and our workload is a little bit more hectic, we can then focus on those daily things that keep you interested rather than the massive updates that kind of shake up everything.
Any of my BM team that are watching this video, you guys have the ability to create mini events whenever you want to. You need to get a mini event done, contact the architect team, they can do the buildings for you, contact the event team for actors if you need any to play the events. All the resources you need are there, you just need to think up the idea and plan it.
Okay, talking about being cluttered and scary, how could you organise the lore? It's all jumbled around. I think we might need a wiki or an easy way to learn the lore of the server.
Yeah, I'm currently doing that now. You might have seen my little lore hub, not I say little because I haven't actually gone through it all, and I need Joe here to tell me the history.
I do.
Yes.
It's all slowly coming together. We've been talking about it for a few months and it's kind of just hit the back burner, but I think something that's in a wiki form but integrated within our website, so it's not like a third-party website. It would be completely within our thing and laid out. And speaking of wiki, something that I really want to stress is that yes, we base our game within Minecraft, but we really want to be as unique as possible. Even if we take influence from something, we want to try and turn it to our own. And with that, I think it'll be really good by the time we finish this, we have lore for just about every Minecraft mechanic that we take for granted. So, for instance, I believe someone's already started, but there are like giant spiders in the world. Well, everyone assumes that because it's Minecraft, but why are there? And what lore would justify that within our world? So you can really understand everything about our world without just naively like basing it off presumptions like, yes, spiders are big because Minecraft.
That's great, because that's exactly what we said the other day about the Nether. You said, why is it called the Nether? And I blew my mind, because I was like, well, it's just the Nether, isn't it? But in Elysium's universe, there is no Nether.
And I think any series or like genre that succeeds, like Star Wars, Star Trek, Halo, they all create a universe within their game, and that's what makes them so amazing, because they're so in depth, everything's so thought out, and they're not just basing it off pre-assumptions. And like you said with the Nether, I don't think anyone asked it, but I'm happy to say that it's something that we are looking into. We are discussing things, but based off what I've just said, it's nothing that we're going to rush. We're not just going to open up a randomly generated biome because Minecraft says the Nether. Like, Nutch thought hell should look like this. I disagree. I think it should look completely different. So yeah, when we get something we're really happy with, we'll unveil it, but we're not going to just do a hash job and just say, yeah, this is the Nether.
Okay, quite a specific question. Ooh. Yeah. Quite a specific question. How do masters work when their characters die? Does a new character just... Wait, hold on. Does a new character with the same account just magically spawn as a trainer, or does a new character and player have to become a master to take their place?
I would say the latter.
Right.
Too.
With this, I've recently given masters the ability to train others to master. So once a master has died, there isn't a limit on the amount of masters for a profession. If someone wants to put the effort and time into being trained up to a master, then they can take it. At the start when we rolled out this professions update and I said that there was only going to be 4 masters per, that was basically just until we had everything settled down, people were alright with the new system. Now that I've rolled it out, the amount of masters you can have it is unlimited. If a master dies, then there'll just be others that are there
to take over.
However, on that note, if a master is giving shoddy RP, contact one of the admins and we'll do something about it. There's nothing worse than crappy RP from the master.
Before we get another question through, just wanted to say, the architect team as a whole have done a fucking fantastic job. Since in the last months, we've been really pushing to form a team that is as creative as they are like practical, and actually capable is a better word. And like what you're looking around now is just like, for instance, inside the Borealis castle, like we're never really satisfied with the end result, and we do kind of have high standards, and I really think it's starting to pay off. So I think with the sneak peek that we've shown off, and thank you very much, James, for working on that, and with all these builds that have been working, and I won't go around naming everyone now because I'll only miss somebody out, but yeah, it's just looking great, and I think you'll agree that this place looks amazing, and as does a lot of the new content.
I think with in the way of architects, I think two people that deserve a massive shout out are Billy and Cynical for his work on Oakdale and the castle, and Billy just for being a really great, well, he's like the head, he's the head
Billy's
architect,
pretty much the one who started it all, that's fair to say.
Yeah, he's doing a great job at organising the team and everything.
And obviously James
so
for obviously your contributions to Winterbane and all the map content.
The Winterbane that people want to rearrange. Which is probably fair enough, but
yeah.
Also, I know this is completely irrelevant, but this is brilliant. I just randomly in the shout box, Joe is a whore. Fantastic.
Who's put that? Who's put that?
Giant pie.
A giant
Honestly.
pie has called me a whore. I don't know if I'm impressed that he has the balls to make such an outlandish claim.
Truth hurts, Joe. Truth hurts.
It does. It does.
You didn't do why is the original poster faggot? Me and Mallander were going to answer this.
oh,
Oh my god.
oh god. Hey guys. Why is the AP a faggot?
I'll let Neutonic take this.
No, don't particularly
Choose.
get
Okay. Choose your next words wisely. Jimmy Carr's having a heart
Oh
attack.
god, he's cackling. He's choking.
Honestly, I think Neutonic's laugh answers that sentence.
Oh my god.
This is why we use push to talk, kids.
Somebody shut him up.
Okay. Down, boy, down! That links to the last question that I can find apart
Is
from
this
some
the last
silly ones
question?
that are up.
Okay, we've got to make this a corker.
Oh, okay. No pressure. How do you plan to keep the server fresh and new, keep it unique and more attractive compared to the other servers?
Oh, how do we beat everybody? Well, isn't that a big one?
Oh, I think we
just
already
by
are.
having me here, of course.
Man, I think let's not forget who started it all. Just, just brushing my shoulder right now. Yeah,
Who
just...
fixed it?
What?
Ooh.
Broad term.
No, seriously though, I think just everything that you guys have seen in this video answers that, I don't think there's I think Neutonic, you pulled out that nice statistic. There's, I think, out of 19 plugins that generally affect the server gameplay, I think 18 of them are being changed. And
I think it's 17 now, as one of them decided to break on me.
But I think just that alone just tells you that we think we can improve on just about everything that there is, bringing out new content, fixing old stuff. We really do aspire to be #1, so we realise that we got to put a lot of work in to make that a thing, come true.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that nobody in the world actually knows this is how you run a server. In the same way that a car manufacturer would be like, this is how you make a car. Because there's just things just haven't been around long enough, and the new plugins, new mods, new ways of doing things are coming out so rapidly that it is a constantly changing thing. So there is no, we are going to be better by doing this, this, and this. It's just constant work and.
Right, I think this is going slightly off topic.
We need to end. Joe, end quick.
Okay, so.
Gotta love a bit of Gokwan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, just stay tuned, keep playing, and remember, if you've got any feedback you would like to bring on this video, do so somewhere on the forums. And if you would like to see any more content like this or anything slightly similar, then yeah, just leave us a comment, let us know, and we'll be sure to get it done. So yeah, goodbye.
Bye-bye.